If you know, you know. Now, we all know Deontay Wilder always wanted to smoke with Anthony Joshua. However, AJ, on the other hand, it was just too foggy for him. He couldn't see a damn thing. And one thing he didn't want to see is that Wilder right hand, because it's an eraser. So whatever he done wrote in the history book, he didn't want all that to get erased by Deontay Wilder right hand, because the fashion that Deontay Wilder knocks you out in, it's embarrassing. You know, he gonna put you on a meme. He gonna have you as a laughing stock on IG, on Instagram, on Twitter, on the news, on CNN. And that's why AJ didn't want to smoke with Deontay Wilder. However, let's get to what Wilder had to say. Now, on that interview that Wilder did with 78 Sports TV, where Wilder talked about a lot of things, you know, I suggest y'all check that interview out. It was a great interview. However, Wilder got asked by 78. AJ claimed that he don't want to hear no more Wilder talk after the Ruiz rematch because Wilder and Fury froze him out. So Wilder responded. He said, if I want to knock you out, why will I freeze you out? I wanted to knock him out and send him this message. After you're done with the Ruiz rematch, let's make that fight happen next. And those are strong words by Deontay Wilder. Now, funny enough, I must state this. Eddie Hearn already came out and stated, Wilder, leave AJ alone. Man, quit bullying the kid. He had a panic attack his last fight, and last thing I want is for AJ to have another panic attack thinking and having nightmares of a Wilder fight. So Eddie told Wilder, leave AJ alone. Quit bullying him, basically. So what I get from that is that they don't want no Wilder smoke. And that's why I want Ruiz to win the rematch, because obviously I don't see AJ fighting Wilder if he actually defeats Ruiz. They're gonna do what they did in the past. If y'all don't remember or recall, when Wilder actually agreed to fight AJ in the UK for a low blow of $15 million. Wilder was actually taking that low blow offer, and he was willing to give the fans the fight they wanted to see. And as soon as he signed the contract, Eddie had the WBO order a fight between the cheater Povetkin that got caught with PEDs his last fight and AJ, which I thought in the sport of boxing, a unification trumps a mandatory. However, obviously Eddie Hearn paid the WBO to do that for him, to do that little favor and avoid a Wilder fight. So to respond to what AJ had to say, how did they freeze you out when you came out with that term? AJ is the one that came out with that term, freeze out. He said, if Deontay Wilder didn't behave, I believe in 2017, he stated that if Wilder didn't behave, he will freeze him out. He will fight around him. He will fight other fighters. He don't need a Wilder. So you came out with that term. Meanwhile, Wilder was trying to pursue a fight with you, and you turned the fight down like 5 times with Wilder. Wilder tried to negotiate with you, and you're trying to lowball him, and he actually took the lowball offers. How you turn down your own offer? AJ sent Wilder an offer, then didn't want to sign that same offer he sent Wilder. So if that don't just confirm how bad AJ was trying to duck Wilder, I don't know what will. If AJ comes out with the term, I'ma freeze you out, and then claims that Tyson Fury and Wilder froze him out, the same fighters he was avoiding, then I don't know what will confirm that AJ will go down in history as the biggest duckers in the sport of boxing, one of the biggest duckers. He obviously one of the biggest fighters in the sport of boxing as far as his size. The man is like 250 pounds. However, he's also the biggest ducker in the sport of boxing. You asked for $50 million and then turn it down. Then to make matter worse, you actually sent Wilder a $15 million offer to fight you in the UK. Then you turn your own offer down. Then you come out with a term freeze out. Then you claim they froze you out. Like, man, this is ridiculous. So if it's true, we all know it's not true. We all know AJ contradicts himself every time he's on camera. But if AJ want to at least save his image in front of his own fans, the UK fans, in front of the world, in front of the US, where you is a laughing stock because you had a Ruiz knocking you out when you're looking like a bodybuilder while he's looking like he never hit a gym a day in his life. You had him knock you out. You had him send you back to the UK and you don't want to come back to the US. So if you want to save face, if you actually defeat Ruiz, how about get the big money fight with Wilder and fight Wilder? Wilder said he don't even care about the belts no more. Whoever the winner is, if any sectioning fees from the WBC to the IBF to the WBO to the WBA, if they want to force a mandatory, then vacate the belt. He's willing to go that far. Because AJ claimed a belt don't make him, then vacate a belt if you have to in order to take the fight. But I think I know how it works. A belt don't make you only when you lose the belts. But if you have the belts, then I can't give up my belts to fight a Wilder. Why? To get slumped? Nah, I have better plans. You know, AJ probably prefers to fight Usyk or the WBO mandatory or whoever it is. But regardless of that, Wilder already let it be known that he's willing to fight AJ next. He will push the Fury fight to the side so the heavyweight division could have one name, one face, and one champion that goes by Deontay Wilder. Now, is AJ willing to do the same? In my opinion, absolutely not. And that's why I want Ruiz to win the rematch, because I know if AJ wins back his belts, he's going to maneuver around. He's not going to want to unify the division. He's not going to want to fight Deontay Wilder. And that's why Deontay Wilder is the most feared man in the heavyweight division and one of the most feared fighters in the sport of boxing. You know, he reminds me of Guillermo Rigondeaux. Fighters were so scared of Rigondeaux, they moved up a division. Donaire, Frampton, Quigg, Cruz, all these fighters were so shook of Rigondeaux, they were so scared to look his way. And that's the same thing that Deontay Wilder has in the heavyweight division. It's the same effect. But regardless of that, that's why New Media is here. We're here to restore order and maintaining it afterwards. So subscribe below if you're trying to get smarter by the minute. If you're trying to get dumb about a second, don't listen to AJ and his fans. And follow Lantoon Boxing for the funniest boxing memes. Follow me at Aki TV on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel. All the links will be in the description box below. Click on the notification bell to get notified every time we go live and to be continued on the next episode of Aki TV. Peace, and we out.